The very first key to transformation, to success, and to breaking free from mediocrity is simple but powerful. You must lock in. Locking in is more than motivation. It's more than hype. It's a decision to be fully present, fully committed, and fully responsible for your future. Too many people go through life distracted, half awake, giving fragments of themselves to 1,000 different things, but never giving their all to the one thing that truly matters. That is why dreams fade. That is why potential dies unnoticed, and that is why the great ones, the extraordinary few, are the ones who chose to lock in. When you lock in, you shut the door on distractions. You cut off the noise. You eliminate excuses. You stop entertaining every shiny thing that pulls you away from your purpose. Think about it. How many hours have you lost scrolling on your phone, watching someone else's life instead of building your own? How many times have you promised yourself tomorrow, only to find yourself standing in the same place month after month, year after year? Locking in means the time for tomorrow is over, the time is now. Discipline becomes your new standard, not a punishment, not something you dread, but a weapon. Discipline is the bridge between your vision and your victory. It's the choice to stay late when others leave early, to wake up before the world does, to put in the reps when nobody is watching. Discipline is saying no to comfort and yes to growth, because growth always demands sacrifice. Focus is the currency of greatness. Whatever you focus on grows. Focus on excuses and your excuses will multiply. Focus on distractions and your distractions will rule you. Focus on your mission and your mission will manifest. Locking in means you know exactly where your attention belongs, and you protect it like your life depends on it, because in reality it does. Every champion, every leader, every difference maker in history understood this. You cannot hit a target you cannot see. Locking in means defining your target. Write it down, see it every day. Speak it until it becomes the only language your mind understands. Locking in isn't passive, it's active. It's waking up with intention, moving with urgency, and refusing to waste a single moment on things that do not serve your destiny. And when challenges come, because they always do, locking in gives you the strength to endure. Life will throw distractions, failures, temptations, and setbacks at you. People will doubt you, criticize you, even laugh at you. But when you are locked in, their voices cannot shake you. Your vision is louder than their opinions. Your purpose is stronger than your pain. This is not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. Every single day you choose to lock in, you are building a life brick by brick, decision by decision. And one day, those small daily choices will add up to something massive, something undeniable. This is the season where you decide to stop living half-heartedly. This is the season where you declare war on mediocrity. This is the season where you prove to yourself that you are capable of more discipline, more focus, more strength, more commitment than you ever thought possible. If focus is the spark that lights the fire, then consistency is the fuel that keeps it burning. You can be locked in for a day. You can be locked in for a week. But if you want to see transformation, if you want to step into a life of greatness, you must be locked in every single day. Consistency is not glamorous. It's not the highlight reel you post online. It's the early mornings when no one is watching. It's the late nights when nobody claps for you. It's the decision to show up again and again, no matter how tired, no matter how unmotivated, no matter how invisible your progress may seem. See, the difference between the average and the extraordinary is not talent. It's not luck. It's not even opportunity. The difference is consistency. Ordinary people, when they commit themselves daily, when they refuse to quit, can achieve extraordinary results. Because consistency compounds. Every rep in the gym builds muscle. Every page you read sharpens your mind. Every hour of practice builds mastery. Each small step, repeated over time, becomes unstoppable momentum. But here's the truth. Consistency demands patience, and patience is something most people don't have. We live in a culture that celebrates instant gratification, fast results, quick success, overnight wins. But real greatness is never instant. Seeds take time to grow. Foundations take time to build. Empires take time to rise. And if you are not consistent, you'll give up right before your breakthrough. Consistency is not about intensity, it's about endurance. Anyone can push hard for a short period. Anyone can be motivated when it's easy, when it's exciting, when it's fresh. But few can stay committed when it gets boring, when progress feels invisible, when nobody else believes. That's when true consistency is tested, and that's when true champions are born. Locking in with consistency also means embracing the process. Stop obsessing over the outcome and fall in love with the work. Fall in love with the grind. Fall in love with being disciplined enough to do the small things well, because the small things create the big results. And remember this, consistency is contagious. When you show up every day with discipline and focus, people notice. They may not say it out loud, but you inspire them. You set a standard. You prove by your actions that commitment is possible, that focus is possible, that excellence is possible. This is how legacies are built, not through one big moment of glory, but through thousands of small, quiet moments of faithfulness. When you lock in with relentless consistency, you are unstoppable. Locking in is not just about your actions, it begins in your mind. Your mindset is the control center of your entire life. If your thoughts are scattered, your actions will be scattered. If your beliefs are weak, your discipline will crumble. But when you master your mindset, you gain the power to master everything else. Understand this, your mind will either work for you or against you. If you allow fear, doubt, and negativity to dominate your thoughts, they will dictate your choices. They will chain you to mediocrity. But if you train your mind to believe, to focus, to push, then it becomes your greatest weapon. Success is not about what you have, it's about how you think. Every achievement begins as a thought. Every breakthrough starts with belief. Champions don't wait until they win to believe in themselves. They believe first, and that belief fuels the work required to win. Your mindset shapes your effort, your resilience, and your ability to endure when life throws obstacles in your path. But here's the challenge. The world will constantly feed your mind with distractions, doubts, and limitations. That's why you must protect it. You must be intentional about what you consume, about the voices you allow in, about the environment you place yourself in. If you surround yourself with negativity, you will think small. But if you feed your mind with growth, wisdom, and positivity, you will begin to think bigger, aim higher, and work harder. Mastering your mindset also means controlling your inner dialogue. What you say to yourself matters more than what anyone else says to you. If you constantly tell yourself, "I can't, I'm not enough, I'll never make it," then you're already defeated before you begin. But if you choose to affirm, "I am capable, I am focused, I am unstoppable," then your actions will rise to meet those words. Resilience is born in the mind. Adversity will come, that's guaranteed. Setbacks, failures, rejection, all of it will test you. But with the right mindset, every failure becomes feedback. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity. And every setback becomes a setup for a stronger comeback. Remember, the body follows the mind. The results follow the belief. If you want to change your life, start by changing the way you think. Train your mind like you train a muscle, with repetition, with intensity, with consistency, because once your mindset is locked in, there is no limit to what you can achieve. You can have the sharpest vision, the strongest mindset, and the deepest commitment, but if you're surrounded by distractions, you'll never reach your full potential. Distractions are dream killers. They don't always look dangerous. Most of the time they come disguised as comfort, entertainment, or even people you care about. But make no mistake, every distraction you entertain steals energy from your mission. In today's world, distractions are everywhere, endless scrolling, notifications every 5 seconds, people pulling you into their drama, habits that give you a quick dopamine hit but leave you empty inside. And the truth is, the majority of people lose the battle not because they lack talent, not because they lack opportunity, but because they lack focus. They let their attention be stolen by things that don't move them forward. Locking in requires a ruthless mindset. You have to be willing to cut off anything that pulls you away from your purpose. That might mean limiting your time on social media. It might mean saying no to certain invitations. It might even mean walking away from people who don't believe in your vision. That's not selfish, that's necessary. Because every minute you give away to distractions is a minute you could have invested in your growth, your craft, your future. Here's the reality. Greatness demands sacrifice. If you're not willing to sacrifice distraction, then you're not ready for discipline. Every hour you waste scrolling, someone else is working. Every moment you spend caught up in gossip, someone else is building. And one day, the gap between where you are and where they are will be undeniable. Eliminating distractions is also about creating systems that protect your focus. Set boundaries, build routines, turn your environment into a place where progress is easier than procrastination. If you want to read more, put the book on your desk instead of your phone. If you want to train harder, prepare your gym clothes the night before. Don't rely on willpower alone. Build habits that lock you in automatically. And remember, distraction isn't just about wasting time. It's about wasting potential. Every time you choose distraction, you're choosing to delay your greatness. But every time you eliminate it, you reclaim power over your life. This is where separation happens. This is where the good becomes great and the great become unstoppable. When you learn to cut off distractions ruthlessly, you create space for focus, clarity, and execution. You create space to rise. When you lock in, you must understand one truth. Success is not built on comfort. It is forged in the grind. The grind is not glamorous. It's not pretty. It's not the highlight reel. The grind is the blood, the sweat, the hours, the sacrifice that nobody sees. It's waking up when the alarm feels like an enemy. It's showing up when your body screams for rest. It's giving 100% effort when nobody claps, nobody cheers, and nobody even notices. The grind is lonely. You won't always have support. You won't always have encouragement. There will be days when doubt whispers, when fatigue weighs heavy, when quitting feels easier than continuing. But the grind is where champions are born, because it forces you to dig deep, to find strength in the struggle, to push past the point where most people quit. Most people want results, but they don't want the grind. They want the prize without the process, the victory without the sacrifice, the destination without the journey. But here's the reality. The grind is the process, and those who fall in love with it, those who embrace it, those who learn to thrive in it, they're the ones who rise above. When you embrace the grind, you no longer measure progress by what you achieve instantly. You measure it by what you endure, what you learn, and how much stronger you become. The grind molds you. It develops character, resilience, and toughness. It transforms you from someone who wants success into someone who deserves success. And here's the thing, the grind doesn't just build skills, it builds identity. Every rep, every sacrifice, every disciplined choice is proof that you are not like the rest. Proof that you are willing to do what others won't. Proof that you are locked in. So stop avoiding the grind. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop waiting for things to get easier. The grind will never get easier, but you will get stronger. And once you embrace it, once you welcome the pain, the fatigue, the challenges as part of the process, you will discover a power within you that cannot be broken. This is how greatness is earned. One day, one choice, one grind at a time. No matter how strong you are, no matter how disciplined, no matter how focused, the environment you keep will shape the person you become. The truth is simple. You cannot lock in fully if you are surrounded by people and energy that constantly pull you away from your purpose. Look around you. Who do you spend the most time with? What voices do you allow into your mind? What kind of energy do you feed off daily? Because whether you realize it or not, your environment is either fueling your growth or draining your potential. If you're surrounded by people who complain, you'll start to complain. If you're surrounded by people who make excuses, you'll start making excuses. If you're surrounded by people who waste time, you'll start wasting time. But if you surround yourself with winners, with grinders, with people who demand more of themselves and of you, your standard will rise. Energy is contagious. If you want to stay locked in, you need to protect your circle. That doesn't mean cutting off everyone in your life, but it does mean being intentional. You can love people from a distance, but you cannot let their negativity poison your vision. You cannot let their fear shrink your belief. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who inspire you, who call you out when you're slacking, who remind you of the greatness you carry inside. Find mentors who have already walked the path you're on. Build friendships with people who are chasing their goals with the same fire you have. Connect with those who don't just talk about dreams but live them. And it's not just about people, it's about what you feed your spirit daily. The books you read, the content you consume, the places you spend your time, all of it is shaping your mindset and your energy. If you fill your life with noise, distractions, and negativity, your vision will get cloudy. But if you feed your life with wisdom, positivity, and purpose, you will stay aligned and sharp. The right energy will push you further than you thought possible. It will hold you accountable when you want to quit. It will remind you of who you are when you forget, and it will fuel you on the days when your own fire feels dim. So lock in by protecting your environment. Choose wisely who and what you allow into your space, because your energy is your lifeline. And if you want to rise, you must surround yourself with those who are rising too. You can have focus. You can build consistency. You can master your mindset. You can eliminate distractions. You can embrace the grind. You can even surround yourself with the right energy. But if you don't execute, if you don't take massive action, none of it matters. Execution is the difference between potential and performance. It's the line between dreamers and doers. Everyone has ideas. Everyone has goals. Everyone has visions in their mind. But the world doesn't reward intentions, it rewards results. And results only come when you execute. Execution means you stop waiting for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. There is no magic moment where everything feels easy. The perfect time is now. Every second you spend overthinking, every minute you spend hesitating, is another opportunity slipping away. The people who rise, the people who succeed, the people who dominate, they are the ones who act even when conditions aren't perfect. Execution requires urgency, not panic, not rushing, but urgency. The understanding that time is not guaranteed, that every day matters, that every action builds momentum. When you lock in with relentless execution, you turn your vision into reality step by step, action by action, choice by choice. But here's the truth, execution is messy. You will make mistakes, you will fail. You will face setbacks, that's part of the process. Too many people let failure paralyze them, when in reality, failure is just feedback. Every mistake teaches you, every setback sharpens you, every loss is actually a lesson pushing you closer to the win. Relentless execution means refusing to quit. It means doing the work even when motivation is gone. It means finishing what you start. It means holding yourself accountable when no one else is watching. Locking in is not about how much you know, it's about what you do with what you know. Knowledge without execution is wasted potential. Plans without action are empty promises. Dreams without discipline are illusions. But when you execute relentlessly, when you show up day after day and deliver, you separate yourself from the crowd. This is where champions live, not in theory, not in talk, but in execution. Relentless, consistent, disciplined execution. That's how you transform, that's how you rise, that's how you lock in. Now, here's the truth, knowing these keys isn't enough. Talking about them isn't enough. Feeling inspired isn't enough. You must act. You must lock in. Today you have a choice. Stay where you are, distracted, inconsistent, and waiting for someone else to define your life. Or rise up, embrace these keys, and take control of your destiny. The fire you feel right now, that spark of motivation, it's yours to harness. It's yours to turn into unstoppable momentum. Remember this: focus, consistency, mindset, eliminating distractions, embracing the grind, surrounding yourself with the right energy, and executing relentlessly. These are not just ideas. They are the blueprint. They are the roadmap. They are the difference between ordinary and extraordinary. The moment to wait is over. The moment to hesitate is gone. Your future isn't somewhere out there, it's being built right now in the choices you make, the effort you give, and the discipline you enforce. Lock in, commit, execute, and watch as your life transforms in ways you once thought impossible. The time is now. It's time to lock in.